Cruising is one of the most popular travel choices for seniors, and for good reason. It handles the logistics, provides comfortable accommodation, and delivers multiple destinations without constant repacking. But the ease of the experience creates a false sense of security that leads to specific, repeated mistakes that can turn a dream vacation into a medical crisis, a financial loss, or a dangerous situation far from home. These are the 10 mistakes cruise lines see most often from senior passengers. And none of them have to happen. Like and subscribe before we start. Share this with a senior cruiser in your life. And let's get into it. 1. Not buying comprehensive travel insurance with medical evacuation. This is the most dangerous financial mistake on this list. When a medical emergency happens at sea or in a foreign port, the cost of care and evacuation is entirely the passenger's responsibility unless comprehensive travel insurance is in place. A medical evacuation from a cruise ship, whether by helicopter or by emergency air transport from a port, can cost $50,000 to $250,000 without coverage. Standard cruise line insurance packages are frequently inadequate for senior travelers because they exclude pre-existing conditions and cap medical coverage well below what international emergency care actually costs. Purchase a policy that includes medical evacuation and pre-existing condition coverage immediately after booking. Most require purchase within a specific window of the initial deposit. Waiting until the week before sailing often means those protections are gone. 2. Skipping the ship's safety muster drill. The muster drill, the mandatory safety briefing that happens before or shortly after departure, is now partly digital on many modern cruise lines, allowing passengers to complete it on their cabin television rather than gathering at a lifeboat station. This convenience has led many seniors to rush through it or complete it in the background while unpacking. Knowing your muster station, how to put on a life jacket, and what the emergency signals mean is practical knowledge that matters in a real emergency. Complete it fully and physically. Walk to your muster station. 3. Overestimating physical capacity on shore excursions. Cruise shore excursions are often described in terms that understate their physical demands. Light walking in a port city often means cobblestone streets, uneven terrain, and distances that add up to several miles over a half-day outing. Many senior travelers book excursions based on the destination's appeal without reading the fitness requirements carefully, and find themselves stranded mid-excursion, unable to continue, and in some cases unable to return to the ship in time. The ship leaves on schedule regardless of who is still ashore, and getting to the next port independently is your cost. Read the physical rating on every excursion. When in doubt, book through the cruise line. Ship-sponsored excursions wait for you if the ship is delayed. 4. Not managing medications correctly at sea. A cruise lasting 10 to 14 days requires a medication supply covering the full trip plus several buffer days for any delays, stored in carry-on luggage rather than checked bags, in original labeled containers. Senior travelers who pack medication in checked luggage risk being separated from it during embarkation. Those who don't bring enough risk running out in ports where their specific prescription may not be available or may require local documentation that isn't accessible at short notice. The ship's medical center can sometimes assist with emergency supplies, but this is inconsistent and expensive. Bring a written medication list with dosages and your prescribing doctor's contact information, and photograph your prescription labels before departure. Refrigerated medications need a storage plan in the cabin mini fridge from day one. 5. Assuming the ship's medical center is a full hospital. Every cruise ship carries medical staff and a medical center, but the level of care available varies significantly between vessels and is almost always less than a fully equipped hospital. Ship medical centers are designed for stabilization and initial care, not for managing complex or ongoing medical situations at the level a senior traveler with multiple chronic conditions might require. A serious cardiac event, a stroke, a significant fall, or a condition requiring specialist intervention will require medical evacuation to a shoreside facility, which is where the insurance discussed in mistake number 1 becomes essential. Know the medical limitations of the ship before you book. If a condition requires specialist access or equipment unavailable at sea, factor that into whether cruising is appropriate. 6. Drinking tap water in foreign ports without checking safety. Tap water safety varies dramatically between cruise destinations. This extends beyond drinking tap water directly. Ice in drinks at local restaurants and cafes, salads washed in local water, and fresh fruits where the skin has been removed all present the same exposure. The ship's water system is safe. The moment you step ashore, the water standards change. Check the CDC's Traveler's Health Advisory for each port of call before departure, carry a reusable bottle to fill from safe shipside sources before going ashore, and apply the same caution to food prepared with water as to the water itself. 7. Leaving the ship without a copy of key documents. Going ashore without a copy of your passport, cruise booking reference, travel insurance policy details, and the cruise line's emergency contact number is a risk that seniors consistently underestimate. Passports get lost in port, wallets get pickpocketed, phones get left on taxis. Any of these events in a foreign city becomes dramatically more manageable when you have a physical copy of key documents stored separately from the originals and a digital copy accessible from a secondary device or cloud storage. Many experienced cruisers carry a laminated card with their ship name, sailing date, next port of call, the cruise line's emergency number, and their travel insurance claim number when going ashore. This card costs nothing and resolves most port day crises before they spiral. 8. Ignoring fall risks on board. Falls are the leading cause of injury aboard cruise ships for senior passengers, and the ship environment creates specific fall risks that don't exist at home. Wet decks around pools and lido areas raise thresholds at cabin and deck doors. The gentle but unpredictable motion of the ship and uneven or slippery surfaces in ports all present elevated fall risk. Senior travelers with balance concerns who use walking aids or who take medications that affect coordination or blood pressure should be especially deliberate about using handrails, wearing non-slip footwear at all times on deck, and moving slowly in wet areas. The motion is rarely dramatic, but is consistent enough to affect balance cumulatively across a long day at sea. 9. Not checking port-specific safety advisories. Cruise itineraries visit ports in destinations that range from extremely safe to areas where the State Department or equivalent authority has active travel advisories. Senior cruisers who assume that a port included in a cruise line's itinerary is automatically safe to explore independently are taking a risk the cruise line has not actually underwritten. Cruise lines operate in ports where conditions may be challenging for independent travelers, particularly older ones, who may move more slowly, appear more vulnerable, or navigate less confidently in unfamiliar urban environments. Check the State Department's travel advisory level for every port on your itinerary before you sail. In elevated advisory ports, stay with organized excursions and avoid carrying significant cash ashore. 10. Underestimating the impact of sun, heat, and dehydration at sea. Cruise destinations are frequently in warm, sunny climates, and the combination of unshaded deck time, tropical port days, and the dehydrating effect of ocean air creates a consistent pattern of heat-related illness among senior passengers that is almost entirely preventable. Dehydration at sea arrives faster than it does on land. The sense of thirst diminishes with age, making the warning signal less reliable, and many seniors are on medications that increase sensitivity to heat or accelerate fluid loss. Drink water consistently throughout the day, whether thirsty or not. Wear sun protection, including a hat and SPF 50 sunscreen on every port day and on sea days spent outdoors, and build deliberate shade and rest periods into any port excursion that runs more than 2 hours. Sun at sea is significantly more intense than on land due to water reflection. 10 mistakes, every one of them seen repeatedly by cruise medical staff, shore excursion guides, and experienced cruise travelers who watch them unfold the same way every season. None of them are inevitable. Every one of them is preventable with the right preparation done before the gangway drops. Cruising is genuinely wonderful for senior travelers when it's approached thoughtfully. The problems arise when the ease of the experience leads to the assumption that thoughtfulness isn't required. It always is. Hit the like button if this gave you something to check before your next sailing. Subscribe for more senior travel content every week, and share this with the cruise lover in your life. We will see you in the next one.